TCT presents Public Report, a look at the issues and events of importance to our viewing area. Now, here's your host.
Hello, and thank you for watching TCT's Public Report. I'm your host, Bobby Hurd, and for the next 30 minutes, I'm excited because we have an interesting guest here in our studio. Her name is Denise Nagowski, and she serves as the Marketing and Events Coordinator at the Hub Community Center. Denise, welcome.
Thank you.
I couldn't help but look over your bio also to see that you're a believer.
Yes.
And that you serve at your church. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I attend Falls Berean Bible Church here in Cuyahoga Falls and have been a member there now for a few years. Prior to that, I had about 9 years of teaching experience with the children, 2nd grade and 9th graders, and I've been a church organist, so I've been involved in ministry throughout my life.
All right. Talk to us about the Hub Community Center. Tell us a little bit of history about it, how it got started, and how you got involved.
All right. The Hub Community Center came about when the First Presbyterian Church in Akron decided that they were going to have to move from the inner city. So they decided to research a few different areas, and they finally ended up in the Copley area. And after a lot of prayer and consideration, they found a building that they were able to lease for a reasonable price. And when they weren't using it for worship activities, they knew that they wanted to open it up so that the community could be involved in some way. And that's when the Hub Community Center came about. I was brought in November of 2013, and it was a blank canvas.
Wow.
Nothing on the table, just said, what can we do? How can we benefit the community in some way?
Wow.
And we opened our doors and started with free guitar lessons. Following that, we had the Red Cross come in, and so we've become their hub. So every 56 days, we hold a Red Cross blood drive there. And then we decided on a mission to be a little more focused, and that mission was to be able to give a place for people in the community and the surrounding areas to be able to find a place to worship, and also to have a place that was affordable, elegant, and convenient, where they could come and create happy memories with family and friends at a reasonable cost. Another benefit that we wanted to offer to the community was there's a lot of local businesses in the area, and we had become aware of a need of people wanting to start small businesses. So we have smaller rooms that we knew we could rent for people to come in and at little to no cost offer educational or recreational activities to people in the community. So it's been a really great collaborative effort.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's amazing. What are some of the best things? What do you love most about what you do?
What I love every day is that it's something different. First of all, I work with an amazing group of people at the Vine Fellowship Church. When First Presbyterian moved out from Akron, they changed their name to the Vine Fellowship, and they really wanted this church to be different. It's a missional community. Our setting, our facility itself looks different than your normal church building, and that's why we're able to have it for worship and as a community center. And yet it's a warm, inviting group of people, so every day I get to experience working with them. And the next thing that I love is the relationships that I've been able to build with members of the community, people that I've lived with and around for years, but have gotten to know on a much deeper level now. And then, of course, our guests that come through the doors. It's been an amazing experience to get to know people. Within 10 minutes, you feel like you've built a relationship, and you're in their lives and they're in yours now. So it's been a great opportunity.
Oh, that's good. Being in the community, I'm sure there's a lot of services that you guys provide. Why don't you talk to our viewers? Tell them about some of the things that they may not know about what you do and what you offer.
Sure. Two of the things that we did this past year that really made an impact in the community was we were able to open our facility for a fundraiser, and it was actually for a boy that had a very, very big illness, and we were able to raise thousands of dollars by opening our doors and having the community also participate in that. So we have in the area, we've offered classes, we have exercise classes, we have everything from essential oils and egg egg decorating,
wow.
a very eclectic array of opportunities for people to come in and enjoy themselves. One of our greatest services, I think, is that we're very affordable. You can come in for $10 and have one of our rooms and try to build your business. See if it's something that you can take off the ground to the next level. And if nobody shows a few times and you have some meetings, we don't charge you for that. We want to come alongside you, and it really is a ministry of service. And that's what the church's model was, and that's what we've carried over to the community center.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. Take a few moments, talk about some of the events that you guys, specifically about some of the things that you guys have done over the past year or so at the Hub Community Center.
Well, this past year we've had over 100 events, and a lot of those were parties. We've had all kinds. We have. We open the doors and we hit the ground running. We have been able to have every type of party imaginable: bridal showers, baby showers, graduations. We've had book clubs. We even had homeschool groups meet there. We had a homeschool dance, a prom, which was a fantastic opportunity for the kids to experience. They transformed the main hall. You couldn't even tell. A DJ came in and just did a fantastic job. We've also had a number of area churches come in and use our facility as something different. We have a kitchen on site with the main hall. It's a nice addition for people to come in and have a morning breakfast and then have worship. We've had families come in and do Bible studies together, all kinds of gatherings that are maybe just a way to get out of the house, but for an affordable venue that's centrally located for everyone to meet at.
Okay. In terms of marketing, getting the word out about who you are, where you are, how does that come about?
We have a very small budget, obviously, working through the church, but so we've done a little bit of paper advertising in our local newspapers. I've also reached out to our local high school, and we've been able to put a couple ads in those papers to reach families, which is another group that we've been trying to have come in and see our facility. Other than that, we've done a website that has all of our information, pictures, ideas for decorating if you're holding an event. There, we have a monthly newsletter that we design. Once a month you can choose to receive that, and that tells you various activities that are coming up at the community center, along with improvements that we've made to the community center since you've been there last. But by far, the biggest thing that we have going is word of mouth. People who come in and have experienced from the first phone call till the time they leave their event, when they've had a good time, they tell someone, and from there they tell someone. And so the past year, the 100 events, I most attribute to people who have come and experienced what we've tried to do here in a positive way. Okay, wow. So in terms of like your profits, what do you guys do with that? What's that like? We certainly don't make a profit in the traditional sense, meaning that we have money left over after we pay the bills as excess. But what we have done is try to be good stewards. We have a tremendous treasurer and accounting person from the church who keeps us focused on the mission, and that mission is to be a benefit and to serve the community. So knowing that we have money from the rentals coming in, we try to do a couple of things. One is to make improvements to the property so that we leave it better than when we came, so to speak, for the owner that we're leasing from. This past year, we have added an awning at the front for people coming in and out with events, bringing things in, and for people standing and waiting for cars leaving worship. We've also changed some lighting. The entire facility has been renovated since it used to be a call center when we took it over in the lease. And so we have put in new lighting sconces on the walls that aid in enhancing the atmosphere for worship and also for our guests when they're having an event there. So, and then the grounds are beautifully landscaped by church volunteers in the front. Also, you'll be greeted by some beautiful flowers and greenery. So again, we've tried to be very good stewards of the profits and investing it back into ways that will benefit those who are coming in. Talk about that acronym HUB, H-U-B, a little bit. Tell me about how that came about. Well, it was very interesting when I first started there. It was just called the Hub, and there was a symbol associated, kind of a logo associated with arrows pointing to the center. And the idea was that the church wanted it to be in relationship to the church, meaning the center, Christ being the center, but also the center of activity in the Copley community. This is where we want you to come. This is what we want you to do. However, the name was a little ambiguous for people. So when I came on board and discussed some of the things that we were going to be doing, that's where we added community center and kind of got away from that logo. And in discussing that, it was, well, what is the hub? What does that mean? And we had a member from the church who was on the board also for my group with the community center and said, you know what, this is a blessing. This place has been a blessing. Moving out here has been a blessing. So it became his universal blessing, meaning we've received it from the Lord, and we want to universally bless all those who come in and experience that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And in carrying that a little further, this summer we have a sports camp that's coming back called Amp Life. And I say that's a blessing because it's still tying in the inner city community and our local community, bringing kids in for a week to amplify their lives through the love of Christ, through skills development in sports, some friendly competition, and yet, again, being a blessing to the community in the surrounding area. It's a joint effort with the United Methodist Church that's down the road. And so we're using all these different facilities, again, to be a blessing to those in the area.
Talk a little bit about that integration and that diversity. How important is that to you?
It's very important. When the church decided to leave the inner city with all the needs that were there, they were operating things that were fundamentally important. People were used to coming there for food and for help in various ways. So when they came out here, they certainly didn't want to abandon that. The mission was the same. We're going to serve, and the challenge was to find in what capacity and to figure out how God was going to open doors and lead them. And what they've found is that Copley, the area, is a very diverse area. We've just, we've had so many different people with different backgrounds, different religions come through our doors. And our idea is, again, from the minute they come through to when they leave, we want them to experience somehow that love of Christ. And through our service, we're meeting some other needs for them, and that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's excellent. One question is, how the local businesses, how have they benefited from your presence in the community? I know you talked about some of the things, but talk about some of the other things of how they've benefited by you being there in Copley.
One of the best things is being part of the local Chamber of Commerce in Copley, and that was kind of a unique thing. We approached them, and we are actually the first church-type business that's involved in there, and it's been a fantastic experience. Our pastor from the Vine Fellowship Church has just jumped in there and has embraced certain issues that needed to be taken care of. He's assumed a leadership role. So the people, we've opened our doors for them to meet. The Chamber now meets for the past year at our facility. So it's been a great relationship. It's a comfortable place. It's centrally located, and they know that we're in it for the long haul. We're there to help come alongside not only families and renters and so forth, but also the whole business community. We try very hard to use local vendors for everything that we do. We recently bought letterhead and envelopes, and we used a local vendor around the corner in Copley, trying to keep, again, the profits or any kind of funds that we have, redistributing it and helping to be a blessing and a benefit to those within the community. And we have found that that has strengthened relationships and opened up doors, because ultimately that's what we're trying to do, is to show that love of Christ, to serve, to be there to spread the gospel.
Amen. So what's that like working with pastors? That's interesting.
I work with an amazing pastor, and every day he comes in excited. This is different. This is the First Presbyterian Church has gone through so many changes, and for him to strike out and do this is a total different model. It's not, it's something completely different. And so the Presbyterian Church itself, PCUSA, is looking at this, and we're kind of an experiment right now. And it's been nice. They're pleased at what's been taking place. This is a different type of model, church model of reaching people in a very open community type setting, and allowing a building that isn't, again, a traditional setting to be used to reach people for Christ.
Amen, amen. Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about in the community about this organization?
Yes, we are open to everyone. The church itself is there to make a difference. And right now, what that difference is, is a warm, welcoming environment. Sometimes it's a little intimidating to just walk into a new church, or if you don't know anyone, to come in and to, even though you may feel a need, you might be a little intimidated. And this church is so warm and so inviting, and they want you to come in and experience the love of Christ. And in doing so, we're hoping that you come and you see the center and you want to participate in different activities. It's there for spiritual, physical health, emotional. We're there to reach out to people in all kinds of capacities. One of the things that I love the most is when we have guests who contact me for a rental, and invariably, maybe not necessarily believers in Jesus, but they have needs, and they reach us and they say, "Can we pray for you?" And they say yes, and I'm able to turn that over to the church and add them to their prayer line. And we just know that Jesus is working and God is working through their lives, and as we're using this community center to reach out to people.
Yeah, and truly it is ministry. And so how does that make you feel, knowing that this is you're doing ministry here? How do you feel?
I'm humbled.
Okay.
I am humbled and so excited every single day, and so grateful. I try to express that every day to the people I work with. It's an amazing opportunity to come in there and not know what's going to happen each day, but know that there is something that's building here. You can feel it. And each and every week we are introduced to new opportunities, new people, new businesses, and it's exciting to see how that's been enveloping.
Wow. Well, we still got a little bit of time here. Talk to us a little bit more about some of the things that you have that's getting ready to come up there, things that you have on the schedule.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. We are looking forward to a number of things. We do have a couple of other fundraisers that are going to be coming up, that are going to be opening up to the community.
Okay.
And we keep trying to have people come in. We're going to have a business spotlight open house in October. And I'm hoping that what that does is get the area community just to walk in to see the facility.
Okay.
A lot of times we're off the beaten path. Let's put it that way. You have to find us somehow, and that's
Okay.
why the word of mouth is so important. You're not going to drive down the road and actually see our building. So we are really hoping that through advertising about the open house, by having other people keep experiencing us through rentals, that the word will get out that there's a gem here in Copley. We fit a niche. We're a smaller type facility. We can accommodate, we have several different rooms. We can accommodate small meetings from like 15 groups of 15 people all the way up to you can rent the entire facility and have hundreds in there.
Okay.
Our main hall has a capacity of about 100 people, and we can set it up for anything. We have monitors, 2 large screen monitors in the main hall, so if you're coming in for a business meeting and showing a PowerPoint presentation or anything like that, we're equipped to give you that service also.
Okay. So are you getting a lot of participation from that area? What's that like?
That's been great. When we first opened our doors, we had a lot of people from the Akron, Barberton, Norton area, and we've been expanding, and we've been reaching more of the local community this year in the actual Copley area. So that's been great. What we like to see is to keep going in that direction and to let people all around the surrounding areas know that we're about 20 minutes away on any freeway there. Just give us, give us a try.
Sure,
Come on out and
sure.
see what we have to offer. It's an impeccably clean facility. The church volunteers there are amazing. We have, from the minute you walk in the door, you know that everything is just right and that we care about getting it right for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's important to people.
Yes.
So what do you foresee for this organization looking down the road? What are some of the things that you see, that you can look right now and say, you know what, this is where I think this is where we're headed and this is where we're going to be?
I would like to see us grow in the sense that we have name recognition. People know the Hub Community Center. That's the place to go if you're looking to start a small business and you need a place to experiment, or this is where they meet to develop ideas. We've offered many programs as far as helping people find jobs. We had a church member do an excellent program on updating your resume and just going through the whole job search project with people. So I'm really hoping that we can continue to develop programs like that and keep meeting needs. We are trying to listen. We are trying to be attuned to what's going on in the community and to help adapt. Another thing we're trying to to develop is across the street from us. They do an outdoor farmers market.
Okay.
And since in Ohio, you know how the weather is, we try to do our best.
Yeah.
They'd like to expand it with hydroponic plants and things like that. So
Wow.
they've approached us, and we're working on an endeavor to possibly have an indoor farmers market, which
Okay.
is something that's new and unique for the area in
Wow.
Copley. So
Wow.
there's a number, again, of unique ideas being kicked around and hopefully going to be brought in, and we'll see them come to fruition soon.
Wow. In terms of starting those small businesses and things like that, what's all involved in that? How does that work out?
Great. When someone comes in or calls me up and says, I'd like to do this and this, I don't know, I might have 5 or 10 people show up.
Okay.
We're like, great. As I said before, we're not going to charge you if it doesn't come through for you the first time.
Sure.
You get a couple people coming in, we'll work with you, and then we'll try to help you advertise. I will
Okay.
help them. They don't know how to go about doing that. I'll help them get it in the local papers. We
Okay.
advertise through church means, through our website.
Are these volunteers that are helping too? Or?
I usually take care of most of that,
Okay.
and then once the event is set, we have volunteers from the church, a set group that come in, and they actually are the hosts, and they will
wow.
do everything they need. They open up the doors, they read over notes that are left, you know, pertaining to just make everything right that the renter or guest would like.
Okay.
They do everything from turning the lights on to helping them clean up at the end. So
wow.
it really is about service.
Wow, amen. Amen. If they need to get a hold of you some kind of way, you know, why don't you look into that camera there, let them know how they can website, contact information or anything like that?
Absolutely. Please feel free to contact us. Our website is www.thehubcopley.com, and you can call us at 330-576-6608. And if you leave a message there, I will be in touch with you as soon as possible. And I just ask anyone who is looking for a place and a beautiful venue to hold an event or to search out a new opportunity, please give us a call, look us up, and come on in.
Amen. We still got a few more minutes here. I want you to kind of go back a little bit, talk a little bit more about some of those services, more specifically about some of the things that you guys are offering there.
Okay. One of the things that I think we have as a benefit is the number of rooms that we have.
Okay.
We have a room called the Kids Zone, and it's fully equipped for Sunday school for the church, and they've opened that up to any of our guest renters. That room is free. If you rent any other room, and say you're having a book club meeting in our cafe, 10, 15 ladies want to meet on a Wednesday night, they can have their kids go over there. We just ask that one adult is in there for
Okay.
supervision.
Okay.
And there's videos, and there's a beautiful TV in there. There is a nursery, there's a pack and play, there's tons of playground equipment kind of stuff
Sure,
in there.
sure.
Books, and just the kids love it. And most of the time that is one of our most popular rooms. So that's kind of unique, it really is. And there's no cost for that, but it allows the adults to do what they need to do while the kids have something going on for them. We have a lounge and a studio. Both of those have been great launching pads for these types of classes that we have. We also have Tai Chi that's running.
Talk about that. What's that like?
Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, okay.
Larry Vincent, who has a business out in Stowe, who is also a church member, started bringing
sure.
Tai Chi. It was one of our first classes that we offered.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what level you are of fitness. It doesn't
Okay.
matter if you have any experience. You can just
wow.
pop on in any Wednesday
So I
night.
can just pop in there and just, oh,
That's
wow.
it. You get
Okay.
1 hour for $5, and it's almost like a
1 hour
you know,
for
personal.
$5.
You got it.
Okay.
It's a deal. It's
Okay,
a deal. You
okay.
can jump in and jump out as you can make it, and people have really enjoyed that. So every Wednesday night, it's just open in our main hall, and those are the kinds of fitness classes and things we are constantly always looking for people who would like to do the same thing, offer different kinds of aerobics, maybe teach a foreign language,
Okay.
give music lessons. We have a spot for that. And so
Wow.
if that's something that you're interested in starting that type of business,
Okay.
again, see us. The church is here to reach out and to fill specific needs. And what we found that's different out here is maybe not a need for the food kitchen or things like that as much as it was in the inner city, but there are others. People are looking for work. People are trying to develop other things. They're searching. So we'd like to integrate what we can do for them. Again, always leading them back to that love of Christ.
In terms of, and you brought up something interesting there because of the economy today, in terms of looking for work, how does that how does that work? How does that fit in there? And how do you go about doing that?
I think the basic model and what the church's mission simply is when we put affordability in as part of the mission statement, that's exactly what we wanted to convey to people.
Okay.
There is, when you can come here, there's nothing around in our surrounding area that's like us. You're going to pay $30, $40 a person. In other places, we charge by the hour. And as I said, all of our rooms on the periphery, other than the main hall, are $10 an hour.
Okay.
$25 an hour for our main hall. So, you know, it really is reasonable, and I think that it allows people to, again, gather to make happy memories, good times. Our facility is a dry facility. I do point out there's no smoking or drinking, and again, I point that out because that's out of respect. The main hall is also where the church meets on Sunday mornings, and so since that's the primary function, the church and the fellowshipping, which is why the church moved out here, the rest of the time for the community center to honor and respect those wishes, we keep it we say a family-friendly, safe place where we don't have to worry about something happening with that.
Okay. So you're getting a good response from families?
We are. We really are. And as I said, word of mouth is everything. When people come and they've had a good time, they tell someone, they post it on social media. I think it's the personal attention. I think it's the getting back to people right away. We take all of that very seriously because we don't look at it as a job. We truly do look at it as a ministry. We want to serve. We want to make a difference in their lives.
Amen. Is there anything, we got a few moments left, is there anything else that you want them to know that might be real important? You can let our viewers know now.
Okay. I just want to say that the Hub Community Center, in collaboration with the Vine Fellowship Church, has built a tremendous place, and there's a place for everyone to still join. There's a place to, if you want to volunteer in the Copley community and you're looking for an area, there's a tons of room and tons of possibilities for that to happen where we're at. We are looking for people all the time who are seeking and searching and feeling that they have a need in their life, and we think that we can fill that at the Hub Community Center in a number of ways. Oh,
wow, that's good. Take another moment here, looking at that camera, let them know how they can get a hold of you, contact information.
Absolutely. You can leave a message 24/7 at 330-576-6608. That is our number at the Hub Community Center. Also, our website has our contract, and it has all pictures of all of our rooms and all the other information you may need, and that'll be found at www.thehubcopley.com.
All right. What about social media, anything like that?
At this time, we're still building on that. We're kind of relying on the church members at this point. They pass it on through their social media channels. We tried that a little bit. We're still kind of venturing in. We're new on that. We have found the website, though, to be a really a good base where most people check us out. So we are saying, please go to our website and get all the information.
Wow. Again, Denise Nagowski, it's been a pleasure meeting you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Amen. Well, I want to thank you once again for watching TCT's Public Report. I've been your host, Bobby Hurd, and I just want to say until next time, be blessed, and thank you.
This has been Public Report. Public Report discusses the issues of interest and importance to our viewing area. Please remember that the views expressed by our guests are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of TCT or the station.